Imagine having a superpower. We've talked about that today. If you could choose yours, which one would you pick? Strength? Speed? X-ray vision? Would you want to be able to fly, travel through time, or move objects with your mind? Maybe just find your car keys. Suppose your power is invisibility. Maybe you chose it, or maybe it was assigned to you. Either way, this might come in handy. Bullies and villains can't see you. You can go where you want, do pretty much whatever you like, and so long as you take a few precautions, no one will even know you're there. If they do see you, they won't realize who you really are. They'll only see your mild-mannered alter ego. Your true identity will remain a secret. Sounds pretty cool, right? What if I told you that a certain kind of invisibility is real, and it's less rare than you might think? In fact, I have it myself, and I'm using it right now. My invisibility powers come from being bisexual, and are reinforced by being committed to an opposite-sex partner. My ring of power, and God help me if I drop it, is my wedding band. The assumption that people make about folks who have opposite-sex partners or are just not open about their orientation is that we're straight or heterosexual. Some might say this is an advantage or even a form of privilege. By straight passing, we can avoid a lot of the negative things that same-sex couples or openly gay or lesbian people experience. For example, we can hold our opposite-sex partner's hand in public without critical or hostile reactions. We can display family photographs in our workplaces without worrying how our coworkers or clients might react. Our anniversaries and other relationship milestones are congratulated and celebrated. If we have children, nobody asks us, which one of you is the mom? We are spared from prying or insulting comments about how we express physical intimacy. In a medical emergency, we have prompt, unquestioned access to our partner's or children's location or health status. Our marriage license applications are filed without objection, and nobody gets nervous about which bathroom we use. Some bisexuals choose to actively reject invisibility. They are persistently open and vocal about how their orientation contributes to the complete scope of their identities. Well, I'm done here. I wish it's not that simple. Because invisibility has a nasty little sidekick, and its name is erasure. Erasure says that bisexuals are confused, indecisive, going through a phase, or that we just want attention. It depicts us as greedy, untrustworthy, and incapable of monogamy or long-term commitment. Erasure steals our agency and allows others to define our orientation for us based on the sex or gender of our partner. Erasure is double-sided, and it tells bisexuals, you are too straight for queer spaces and not queer enough for gay spaces. Erasure says to bisexual men, yeah, you're really gay and just don't want to say so. Erasure expects bisexual women to prove it, usually in performative ways. Keeping erasure at bay means coming out over and over again, answering questions that other people don't get faced with, trying not to sound too defensive, and doing your best not to disappear. Erasure is frustrating and exhausting. Bisexuals are people who experience some degree of romantic or sexual attraction to people of their same sex or gender, as well as people of a different sex or gender. We make up 52% of that acronym, but we're often a silent majority. We are 6 times more likely than gays or lesbians to hide our orientation from even our closest friends or family members. Only 44% of bisexual youth report being able to confide in a trusted adult. Bisexual youth and adults report higher rates of binge drinking, tobacco use, and substance abuse. More than a third of bisexual adults do not disclose their orientation to their medical providers. This contributes to multiple physical and mental health disparities between us and straight adults. Those include higher rates of heart disease, certain types of cancer, obesity, anxiety, and depression. Many sexual health education programs are presented either from a heterosexual perspective or focus on abstinence. As a result, bisexual women may not be aware of certain safe practices needed to prevent STI transmission between female partners. Bisexual men are less likely than gay men to know their HIV status, and some report using condoms less consistently with male partners than with females. Bisexual women experience intimate partner and sexual violence at a 30% higher rate than their lesbian or straight counterparts. 40% of bisexual adults have considered or attempted suicide. When invisibility becomes toxic, when it is no longer a matter of privacy, but one of secrecy and half-truth, it's time to kick that to the curb. Doing that is never easy, but I'm going to tell you, it is empowering. By choosing to reveal ourselves, we get to set the terms. We can insist on our own legitimacy. When we set that not-so-superpower down, we understand how heavy that invisibility burden was and how much freer we are without it. We stop worrying if we're gay enough or straight enough, and we get to just be enough. This can be the start toward being seen and known as our full selves, toward relationships built on complete truth and shared with the world in whatever way we choose. By living openly, we can help those who need accessible, realistic role models because now they can see us in that light. Getting to this point may take time and courage and small steps. Not all of those steps will be linear or feel like forward progress. Things may get awkward, uncomfortable, or even scary. You may find out the hard way who your true friends and allies really are. Take your time with it if you need to. There is no deadline or expiration date on your truth. If for right now you only feel comfortable or even safe in whispering your truth to yourself, say it anyway. Be visible first and foremost to yourself. Do not trade your invisibility for a hero complex. You don't owe that to anybody. The only person you're obligated to save is you.